This Fook. Feels good, man. Alright. Okay. But yeah, I'm literally just gonna put Stroll out here in the middle of nowhere to die, because I'm not gonna be using him, and I'd rather not my roster have a bunch of characters I will not touch. Plus, he gets to distract enemy forces for a while. Maybe draw them all the way up there, so that it's just gonna be easier to move people up without problems. Because it's just gonna be problems, meaning like things like her being attacked, which you really should make sure that's not happening. Plus, I had to use Virion last level, but I do not need to use him here, so he go bye-bye. Actually, I should have grabbed his elixir before the match, before this, but I don't need the elixir. I will not need... I know me. I will not use elixirs until well after they're in shops. So the more I think about it... Yeah, no, I don't need that at all. Anyway, now they're pretty expensive, but they're pretty worth it, especially on the characters that are more squishy, because... Yeah. Because it's like the top tier health item. Which it's kind of nuts that one of the characters in this game just gets a top tier health item to start out with, but I think it's to signify that he's noble. But also that's not like a new thing in Fire Emblem. Sometimes you do get good stuff like that early, at least to help you out through the early game. I think is part of why, because these games are hard and they know this. But at this point, I have so much knowledge that these games might... This game, I really need to preface, this game is pretty easy to me, because I know the specifics of the mechanics, but that's just how games work. You play them to death like I have, and that's just what happens, is you get good at it. You just know what works and what doesn't. But I probably would suck at any other Fire Emblem game first, because they're so different. There's always different mechanics going on. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this Frederick protecting Lissa thing. Because he'll be able to take a lot of hits, and she'll just be around and protected by him. Yep, Virion dying, that's fine. I wanted that. Yeah, Stall dying, that's fine. I wanted that. I'm not evil, I swear. Okay, Muriel. I want to protect her as well. Thankfully, yeah, she's... Yeah, so I'll have her give Vake his axe once there's no more danger, and then I'll have her start fighting this group up here, but I hopefully will not allow any of these enemies to touch her because she's squishy. Let's see here. You've got a little bit more tome than sword going on, so... Actually, first things first, I want to... Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do want you to see if you can... You probably can't kill this with a sword because it's just a bronze sword. Yeah, but... hold on. Okay, so... Question 5 and 3. I figured he was lower level than you. And Vake can't attack yet until I have Muriel give him his axe, which I won't for a while. But yeah, I'll get him down, and then Crom will probably be able to finish him off. There we go. No, yeah, I definitely don't want to use Frederick at all. I'm pretty sure she should still be protected if I put her here. And then have her heal Sully.
Thanks.
There should still be no... Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely a situation where she would not be hit. I'm glad I knew that, because the fact that there is... Well, the mountains are probably part of it. Had to refresh. Ah, sorry. Twitch is Twitch. Sorry about that. Hello, welcome back. I feel that. I always have to refresh most streams at least once. But I don't think it was on my end. It had to be Twitch's end, because I'm pretty sure I might have had... Oh my god, really? I have to reset this level. I have to be more careful with Sully. So yeah, early game this game is actually pretty hard. You wouldn't think so, but it really is. Right. How do I open up the Citra menu again? Oh yeah, I just go to the main window. Emulation restart. Okay, F6. Will I have to No, yes, I will have to readjust my screens, and I'll have to do that a few times, because this game has a lot of RNG to it. And, I mean, part of the whole challenge of this game is that you lose your units pretty easily sometimes. I was doing dishes trying to get the grime off my frying pan. I feel that in my frickin' soul. Sometimes those bitches are have very cooked on food. I feel that in my absolute soul. Because I love cooking. I just made a beef stir fry tonight that was fucking delicious. Okay. Alrighty. Now, let's have Sully not get killed. In fact, in order to just facilitate that, this is what I normally do. I won't be marrying these two. However, I'll just use Durg to protect her when she gets low. But I'm gonna try to get her some XP first. Alright. Otherwise... yeah, remove. Just put you out in the middle so that you can just die horribly. You know, actually, I could at least have... No, I'll actually have Skull actually do some damage. So I won't de-equip his weapon. In fact, I'll have him attack this person up here. But he's gonna die horribly. So at least there's... Actually, no. It should have been someone not on... Actually... Yeah, it should have been someone not on a... what's the word? A fort, because the forts give them health. Didn't think about that for a second. Oh, well. But obviously that means being on a fort myself would be nice, but it'll be a while before I can get the units I want to survive up there. Alright, so... First things first, yeah, I want to move Lissa onto Frederick for now. Just so Frederick can follow them, so that Lissa will be close by, but not in danger for healage. Especially now that I have one less character to block her from danger, so I need to be careful about how much I use her. That's right. Vake wouldn't be able to fight yet, because Muriel has not shown up yet. I actually want to put Sully... But putting her up here might be a little unsmart. Even though the forest does give her some... I think it's movement and a little bit of defense? So she'll be able to dodge more. At least some movement. No, some movement. Now, the hit plus 10 is from Pfeiffer, right? It's from my main character. I might as well just call her Pfeiffer, because I intended to call her Pfeiffer. I just forgot. One of the things I bought on Steam Summer Sale was a program that will hopefully keep me organized. So, I've been trying to go through the stuff on my to-do list. Awesome, dude. I feel that in my soul. I also had to use a program for that. I use a site called Habitica because it's like an RPG, like, task list, which actually kind of works and is kind of fun. And I use that and it's very helpful for me, but, yeah. But yeah, I feel that, and I hope it does work well for you because, yeah, you know, adulting is hard and shit. Damn. Oh, no. I thought that was Sully for a second. Because I was traumatized by losing Sully when I've played this game so many times. But that's just gonna happen when you play a Fire Emblem game. It is designed to make you lose people sometimes. It's part of why when you don't lose people and, like, beat maps with everyone, it feels so good. Or at least everyone you want to survive. Although I think playing like me, where I intentionally sacrifice certain characters after a while for whatever reason, and I do that in every Fire Emblem game I play a lot, which has only so far been this one, Fates, and Three Houses. I never really ended up finishing Engage. I liked it, but there was other games I was more into, and I didn't like certain parts of how the game was. A lot of the same stuff that you've probably heard complaints about. The gameplay was fucking good, but, like, they really doubled down on Fire Emblem story problems that made it really not a story, almost. It's hard to explain what I mean, but I'm pretty sure Alyssa will still be fine. I hope so. Pretty sure she will be. Most of the time, those red hitboxes, yeah, she's fine. Will only change when... Now, what I'm hoping is Sully won't die here, because she's still kind of exposed, but she's still high health, but there's a lot of fuckers over here. So we're gonna see what's about to happen. Okay, Virion, that's fine. That one won't be able to attack her, at least. Okay, so this is a little bit of a precarious situation, but it's not bad. I think I'll be fine here. Especially if I have Alyssa... Okay, I need to kill all 4 of these fuckers this turn. Either that, or... Hold on. No, she does not have a vulnerary. Does she have a vulnerary? No. He does, though. So I could have him use a vulnerary so Alyssa wouldn't have to heal him. I could... Basically, I'm gonna probably have to hide Alyssa here. Because now she is absolutely gonna be in danger next turn. I could have Muriel just take that guy out. Easy peasy. 88 is not the best, but she'll still very likely hit, because 88 is a lot of a percentage. See, yeah, at this point, I need to kill all 4 of these if I can. And probably hide Lissa, because... And just, like, pray that Sully will not die. In fact, you know what? Here we go. Sully is no longer a problem anymore. Because, yeah, I don't know, if I... Yeah, okay, I know exactly what I want to do. At least for the moment. Actually, no. Muriel is a problem. Because I think one of them could kill her, and 2 of them definitely could. Okay, I forgot how stupid this level is for how early it is. This is a notorious level, actually. Because it's actually really fucking hard. And it's like level 3. Why did they do this to us? Anyway, Oh, why did I heal with Lissa? My brain is going to mush. What is going on with me today? I'm gonna have to restart this, unless miracles happen. But I'll play it out until someone dies. Because sometimes I'm surprised by what happens. Yeah, like I fucking thought. They go for her because Squishy Mage and then fuck. Okay. Yeah, this level is stupid. I feel like it should be really toned down. This one level is so dumb. I will not have as much problem with any other level. Literally ever, I guarantee you. It's so dumb. I hate it. Anyway. Restart. Readjust my windows again, but once I get back in the game. Oh yeah, I could also do another battle save on a different turn. We'll see. Okay. I need to move them less forward is what I need to do. Yeah. I really need to just, like... Yeah. In addition to having these two be decoys. What I'm also gonna do is at least try to do some damage to... Let's see here. He has a sword. And axe people don't like sword people, so... Hoping he'll at least do 8 damage to that one. He might even put up a good fight. He might even kill that. That would help. That will help us. Virion, though, he's doomed anyway, because... So I might as well... You know, I'll just keep him with his bow, because he's gonna die regardless. And then... Oh yeah, want that. Pair up Sully with Robin. In fact, you know what? I might put Robin in front. Let me think here. Actually, should I keep them back so that Vake actually has his axe too? That's probably just smart, isn't it? I could also form like a little protective thing around Lissa. I do that pretty often, but Muriel will get caught up in that probably, as far as like being likely to get killed. So, yeah, because this level really honestly is hard as fuck. At least until you get to this bridge. Once you kill everything here and get to this bridge, it's literally easy. But, because the bridge is a really nice choke point. But until then, this level is actually bullshit. This is literally the type of bullshit level that's later in the game that you can just handle way better later in the game because your characters aren't babies. Anyway, I hate this level, as I said, moving on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep his rapier because if I get some random crits in and just kill these fuckers early, that'll just help me actually survive this stupid level and to get on to literally the rest of the game, which is literally so much easier. Like, I'm not joking. This level is stupid. There is definitely some bullshit, but I've just never had as much trouble with a level as this one. Ever. In this game, anyway. Yep, those two dying is fine. There he goes. He really knocked that axe person down, which is nice. There's Muriel. In fact, wait, is she close enough to just give Vake his axe? Except, I'm a little bit wary of doing that. I might move people back, man. I don't know. I don't think I should, though, because I'll lead them straight to Muriel. Anyway, so, if I literally move Crom and Vake there, and then give... Except that might shift the red over a little bit. It's a little bit wonky how they're, like, why and when the red squares, like, where the enemy can attack moves, based on how your characters move. It's always been a little bit unpredictable. I'm just gonna immediately switch to Robin so that I don't have to worry about Sully. Because she will be more fine tanking hits from everything here than Sully for now. And I'm hoping to get Sully some good kills once there's less of them. Now, I can have Crom, who's only level 3, kill this guy. I definitely... Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move Muriel over here so that she's really away from the red, I almost called it a red stain because I play so much DBD. Funny, the, fuck it. It might as well be the red stain of this game. But no, the, I don't want to call it that. I feel like there's an official name for it, but I forget. But the squares that tell you where the enemy can attack. Yeah, the red shit. I'll just call it that. I don't know. But yeah, so... I could have her pop over here and heal them, but the problem with that is, well... There's too many fuckers and they will surround them. I would much rather bank on these pairs surviving the next turn than bank on her being anywhere near them. So for the moment, I will keep her near them, but just under the protect of Frederick, who is not using his weapon, so that the XP goes to everyone else, who all will forever need XP more than him. So, yeah, because Jagans are for noobs. Basically. They are characters that are meant to help you out in the early levels if you need them, but if you have the brain to not, if you have the strategy brain in order to not have to use them at all, you really should, because that means your XP goes to your squishier characters and they level up faster and all of that. Yeah, I'm just using her a little gratuitously right now just to dwindle the problem going on down here. I still think that this is... I honestly might use him a little. I forgot how stupid this level is. But what I'm hoping is that Chrom will kill that, and that they'll both survive this next round. Because it's just two spearmen. Especially with Mr. Decoy down here who doesn't have a weapon on. We'll see. Except, yeah, they were smart enough to not want to do that. But they're both still alive, which is all I wanted. Yes, she's low, but I'm going to fix that literally right after I kill this guy. And I think I'll kill her. I'll kill him with Muriel, because she's level 1. There we go. I'm finally out of this shitty part of this level. We are good. Now comes several turns of this. This. And then once we're all fully healed, I'll position everyone at the bridge here. And resume. Actually, before I forget, save so that I don't have to do the first half of this stupid level ever again. There we go. I'm actually also gonna BRB very quickly. Get me some more sody pap. And drink some water so that I get ahead of my throat. Especially because I'm gonna be dehydrating myself with soda. BRB. Yeah, I need to mute my mic here. Okay, Returgan Durgan. Alright. Yeah, just end. Cause. Just need to. Yeah, I might as well move her on here. Because if she gets. I don't need Frederick anymore. In fact, just because I don't want. Like, I would not benefit from them getting a... You know what I can do, actually? If I separate with Frederick in front and I move Lissa onto this... Oh, no, okay. She'll get it next turn, I think. I forgot that's how that works. Okay. I can at least start moving Muriel this way, because that's where they're going to go. Savvy Durgan. Yeah, and now I'll heal them. Like I said, several turns of this, just because I want to get her the experience. Not necessarily because I need them fully healed. By the way, work's mostly settled down after the machine I throw the store's cardboard was broken from. Oof, okay, so now that... Okay. Now that the cardboard is less of a problem, you have less work. That makes sense. I'm very happy for you for that. Because I'm aware you've been getting a lot of shifts recently, and like you sent me that one video. That's why the boxes were like that. I get it now. I'm sorry. That's why there was all of that shit everywhere, because it, yeah. And so I'm glad they finally fixed that thing. Yeah, I definitely want Sully in front, except that's a little risky. She's only 3, though. It's not that bad. Oh, I do need to give Vake his axe. I'm glad I remembered this. Putting them there is probably not... You know what? You know what I can do? I can still give him his axe. She can still reach that, right? Yeah, okay. So this will work fine. I put him here. He's full health anyway. I trade him his axe. There we go. And then there's the whole funny dialogue. I love her, but I've seen that so many times, and it's not like a cutscene, so I won't read that. There was a few more watermelon bins that were empty of them that we used to put some of the source cardboard, and that I did today. Bakery's still pretty backed up. Like, oof, man, oof, oof, oof. So I'm glad that finally the cardboard will be less of a problem.
Thanks.
This is cute, but again, I think you could already sort of figure this, but too moe for me, too young looking. I think she's literally like 15. But there you go, because I think you probably like her. So I like that you can always zoom in on characters like this if you want to. Anyway, like for example, my favorite of who we have right now is her, Sully. I love her a lot, for obvious reasons. Anyhow, this should be fun. In fact, Mira can probably kill that, and that'll be nice for her. Because she needs all the XP she's gonna get. She's not my type. Fair enough. But yeah, she's pretty cute. I like her. But, and I mostly just like her as a character and more of like a little sister figure, you know? Certainly not mine either. Caught. No, she is. No, that's what I was saying. Oh, I thought you were talking about Lissa. Of course she is. I love Sully. I did say that. Well, yeah, sorry, I didn't clarify. I thought you meant Lissa for some reason when you said she isn't my type. But no, the last person I showed was Sully, so why did my brain... Also, it makes more sense that... Okay, I get it now. She certainly is mine, yes.
Right.
Of course. Finders Keepers, he won't be needing it anymore. But yeah, no, I should have thought about that. The last person I showed was Sully. Who else would you be talking about? I don't know why my brain did that. Anyway.
Let's end this.
I love these dialogue lines, by the way. Because you can skip these cutscenes if you want to play the game really fast, but why would you? Because I love the dialogue that goes along with them. I love a lot of the animations too, but mostly animations for crits and other skills we don't have yet, things like that, other characters we don't have yet. But yeah, I love a lot of the animations in this game. Like, I actually really love this animation here of him stabbing his sword to the ground. Very badass. Also, I am bi and I love Crom. If you were wondering about that. There's also a couple other guys in this game I like, but we don't have them yet. Ouchie. Okay, yeah, moving Muriel up there is just stupid, but no, she'll be fine. I said ouchie, but I'm pretty sure she'll be fine. We'll see, obviously. I'm sort of crossing my fingers, but she's got more than half health. I think she'll be okay. No! Well, there's a reason I saved after the first half of this map. I need to be a little bit more careful with Sully. I probably need... I swear to God, I'm not going to die this much on most maps. This map is just kind of dumb. And I'm deliberately making this hard for myself. For the one main reason that I'm not using as many characters as you're kind of supposed to. And I'm also not using Frederick. And the reasons for that is, once I get enough XP to the characters I will use, this game will become fucking easy. Which is what I'm doing. So basically, it's hard now, easy later, is what my strategy is. And because hard now, I'm gonna have to reset this map. Hopefully not anymore, but maybe more. And some of the... There's one map. No, there's one more early map that I can think of. It's a little ways off. I probably won't even get to it tonight, but I might. But it's a little ways off, but there's another map in this kind of early stretch of the game that... but, you know, that now that I think about it, that's a ways from here, so we're good, but... For a while, but yeah. At least from what I remember. Yeah, I think it's... No... I don't quite remember where it is. We'll see. Yeah, I think, no, it's the one right after Arena Ferox, I think. Which, yeah, no, that's still a good few away, I think. We'll see. Wait, hold on, so it's... Yeah, I think it is... Either that or it's the one right after... I forget, man. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, I'll just move Prom onto here, and I'll go ahead and just preemptively do this thing. And get him his axe... And here's what I'll do, is, just to be safe, I'll have Crom and Robin take out the initial mobs here, at least, so that hopefully there's just not as much damage being done to the other two that they're paired with, so that hopefully I'll just clear this level that way. Or map is what you normally would call it. I keep wanting to call it a level because, I don't know, calling levels maps is weird to me. It always has been, because, yes, the map is where the level takes place, but there are other things about a level, like the enemies and, you know. I don't know. I've just always felt like calling levels maps is weird. It's like calling, I don't know, let me think of a good analogy. It's like calling a sandwich bread. It's like you're only talking about one part of the thing. Anyway. Yeah. This is my plan for now. Actually, yeah, no, Tome is a little higher, so I want to keep her on her sword for now. Want to evenly distribute weapon experience there. Vake is a little tougher than Sully, and he's also a little bit... Oh, wait, hold on. Oops, I forgot about Lissa. I'm gonna not be able to use her. Actually, question. No, I could still use her. Okay. I could still... It looks like I at least could still use her to heal up Crom. I probably will. I'll probably put him back on his Falchion. Rapiers should mostly be for bosses. It just has more crit, really. So you want to save that for bosses, just to make them hopefully a little easier sometimes. Well, a lot easier sometimes, but pretty, you know, emphasis on the sometimes there, but, you know, because crit chance is never very high. Or if it was... I mean, granted, there are actually... Okay, no, I say crit chance is never very high, but there's usually ways to break crit chance in any game. This game is no exception, but the main way to break crit chance in this game is a class that I don't have yet. So, which is the Thief class, mostly the Assassin class. No, actually, everyone has pretty high crit rate at a certain point in the game, more or less. But there's also ways you can increase crit rate. There's, I think, weapons, I think skills, to do that. Anyway. I forget, but I think it's not hard to have at least 50% crit rate later in the game. Like, I'm not joking. I'm trying to remember the specifics of that, but I don't remember right now. But yeah, I will have, you know what, no, I should have had Muriel wipe out that one. I should have at least had Muriel wipe out one of those. But I'll have Muriel wipe out one of them at least. And I'll have her hopefully do damage to the boss. Right. Hopefully even kill the boss, because she should still be, yeah. In fact, even if I do get her a good amount of experience here, okay, well, I probably should have maybe moved her over a bit. Does anyone need healing right now? No. So, I'm gonna move Lissa aside so that Muriel can move to whichever side has the person that is more damaged. But, well, okay, this seems like a good time to just go ahead and switch over. I'm a little sad about not getting Muriel her experience, but I can certainly get her enough experience next map, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. So, that's not a big deal. I'll just keep calling them maps, because that's like the Fire Emblem word for a level. So, not just Fire Emblem, other games too, but yeah. It is, I think it's really just SRPG talk. But anyway, and also often, like, you'll call, well, like with multiplayer games, you're playing on a map and then it's just other players on the map, and that's how the game works, so you might as well call those maps, because that's really all it changes is the map, other than, like, that is not attached to the map. But anyway. But, like, in a single-player game like this, calling a level a map is weird, because there's always other specific things about it, like the specific way the boss and enemies are set up and all that. But anyway. Okay. Let's just get these two onto these so they can heal. Except Crom can't quite reach. What we can do is reach that, but giving it to him wouldn't be too bad, but I'd rather give it to, like, Muriel, because she might get XP or weapon XP. And especially XP would be great for her right now. Also, I kind of like Muriel, because smart glasses girl. And also redhead again. So, I like her. Definitely smash. I manage additional training. Yes! That is a very good chance. Because those sparkly tiles have a random chance to give you various things. They'll sometimes give you a free item of various usefulness. Oftentimes not great usefulness, I'll be honest. It'll also give you, sometimes, like, XP, which is, like, you're like, the best case scenario here, I would say. It might give you weapon XP, which would still be nice, and it might also give you support XP if the person is paired with someone for that specific support, but she isn't, so that wouldn't be an option here. But okay, she got weapon proficiency, which is still good, but I really wanted XP because I kind of goofed up and didn't give her as much XP as I normally would have here. But I'm pretty sure I can at least get her close to on par with the others next map, especially if I'm careful to remember that I need to give her pot shots that kill people, hopefully, in order to level her up. Pot shots meaning, you know, one shot to hopefully kill an enemy so that it won't be a threat to her because she's still squishy. Which is a really important thing you need to learn how to do in these games, because mages and especially healers, once they get their class upgrade and can attack, because that's just the only way you get them XP. And you need to keep doing that, because if they're not on par with everyone else, it's an issue. Especially because you want them to be able to take at least one hit. She cannot yet. She will be able to later, though. But only if I'm really careful in giving her a lot of XP. So what I'm hoping is I can get to where she can kill this boss. Okay. I could have Sully at least get some XP for it, except, let's see, how much damage is she gonna get? Okay, 7 isn't bad, 7 is not bad. Okay, so what I'm hoping... I don't know if she can quite move there. Oh, okay, no. Whoever attacked her, it might have been Sully, which would... I'm still happy about that if it was Sully. I'm not quite sure. Because if the heroes were Robin and Sully... That really is just the people that killed... The units that killed the most enemy units, I think. And if it's a pairing, it's always going to say blah and blah. Or I think it's always 2. Yeah, I think it's always 2. But oftentimes it ends up being a pair. Because you should really use pairings in this game. And I do gratuitously. Because they're kind of broken. Because they give so many bonuses to each character. Especially as you level them up. Well, what do we have here? Hey, is this what I think it is? Yeah. I have to break in female voices again.
What?
It's a Pegasus, alright. I think it's hers. Let's just have a look here. Whoa, down girl, easy there.
Pardon me.
Sumia, I think you'll like her. I do, but she's more like on the cute side for me, but I like her. I don't really like her, but I like her. Captain, one moment. Oh, hold on. I think you've seen Sumia. I love her clumsy ass, by the way. Sumia? Are you alright? Those boots of yours again? No, I mean, yes, I mean... Literally the same gag twice. Well, come no closer. This beast is crazed.
Wait!
It's okay, Captain. I can handle this, because, you know, Pegasi and women. They like us, they hate you, sorry. Is basically what she's saying. Shh, easy now, girl. I won't hurt you. Also, like, this is supposed to establish she's good with animals. Ah, this is so cute. I love this scene.
Whoa.
I am pretty much done my dishes, so I'm gonna head to bed. Alright, bud, see you around. Have a good one. I might start trying to go to, like, get on earlier later, but, like, I am aware that you have to basically come home and go to bed, so I get it. But, yeah, thank you for being around for a couple more hours. Anyway, so, yeah, see you around, man. Have a good one. How'd she comment so quickly?
Wow.
That's incredible, Sumia. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, it's nothing, really. I just have a way with animals, I guess.
Good.
I should say so.
Well,
You all go on ahead. I'll dress her wounds and catch her up as soon as we're able. Catch up as soon as we're able. We can make time to wait for you.
no.
Thank you, Captain, but I can manage. Every moment is precious when all of Elise is in danger. Elise?
Thank you.
I think it's either... See, I thought I remembered it was Elise, but it might be Eulise. I don't fucking remember how it's supposed to be pronounced. I remember there are characters that say it. I think that what they say is Elise, I think.
Yes.
As you command, sir. She's killed.
Listen.
Good stream for today, Robin?
Yeah.
The combat practice, yes. Okay.
Good.
Well. Huh?
Forgive me. Yes.
Huh?
Right. What?
I keep forgetting. I need to remember that I don't want to keep doing that. I want to keep with Bake though.
Right.
One-on-one sparring, eh? That's their code for gay sex. Well, not yet, but later. Sex, I should say. Or at least I will say that because it's a fun meme that I like. Oh wait, what happened to my bottom screen? It's just gone. It has disappeared. Hello? Hold on. Secondary window. Yeah, there we go. Wait, no. Wait, what? It's on crack cocaine. OBS has smoked crack. That is my theory. What's going on? Citra secondary window. Should be... Oh, wait, hold on. No, that is the bottom screen. I can't quite tell if that's the bottom screen or that's this background right now. It should be the bottom screen. It should be fine. Okay. Not sure what happened. You know what? Yeah, I can just go ahead and let the dialogue stretch over this bottom screen, except I should really figure out how to... No, wait, I didn't do that on purpose. I shrunk it like that on purpose, so that... Because I don't know how to make the dialogue... Make it go away. Make the chat text go away. There we go. This should be fine here. Honestly, I'll just do that for the moment. Honestly, I want to move the chat box. Is that it? No? Which one's the chat box? There it is. Then I can do this. There we go. That looks a little better. I like that. Actually, I could move... No, I couldn't. I couldn't make it any bigger the way that I have got this set up here. I think the bottom screen being that small will be fine. I think most people could still read that on a PC screen. I could make sure I can read that myself. But, like, on a phone screen, maybe not, but maybe. So I was really close to beating you last time. Really, really close. Yeah, sure.
Right.
Right, if you say so. I don't think he was. Except... He might have been. I don't think so. Right, if you say so. But still, I think we should.
Hey.
No, it's fine. I know what you're doing. You're trying to psych me out. You know what's funny is this could apply to sex if you really thought about it. However, I know they're talking about actually fighting. But the fact is, I have the game mod installed, and there is a really nice Steam ES support for them that I remember. Well, it's more romantic than anything. They all are like that, but some of them have illusions. And I'm like, nah. Or, well, by illusions, I mean innuendos. That's probably obvious, but anyway, I'm actually gonna end it here, because, I'm actually he's the only, regular that's been showing up recently. That, and, just want to get a lot of other stuff done. Yeah, I'm taking it slow. Hey, I've been going for 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours is my real limit right now, I'll be honest, man. And that I just need to slowly work that up. And no wonder I've been crashing out so much. Because I keep pushing myself to do way more than 2 hours. And pushing myself to do way more than that. So, And if I get really addicted to a game, it becomes a problem and I absolutely burn myself out. Because what happens is, I just have so much energy and I just play through the game and I become a god at just getting through a whole game, and I just fucking stream for way too long in one night, and then after I do that a few times, I can't stream anymore for a few months. It's all about moderation, man. Which is difficult, because you have to be streaming like your fucking ass off on Twitch to get anywhere, and it's the whole way that you're supposed to progress in society is based on unhealthy levels of productivity, and we really need to fix that. We really fucking do. Anyway. Which is why I refuse to approach those levels, because for me, those levels are pretty damn fucking short. Like, pretty damn small, I mean. I really need to figure out how to not burn myself out, which does not take very long. Hint, definitely way fucking less work than I would be expected to do at a normal full-time job. And when I tell most people that, they think I'm being lazy. I promise you, I have just learned about myself through trying to have normal jobs and realized that I can't fucking have one. But most people have settled into normal jobs in some way or another. And because I can't, they just decide that means I'm lazy, because they don't have the experience that I do that makes me know that I couldn't handle a full-time job. My dad is like this too, which makes living with him difficult, but he's less pushy about doing something different because what I'm doing isn't already making me money. But I'm definitely getting closer to that, so. And once I get consistency down, that's what's going to lead me to money faster, so. Consistency, and also really getting somewhere with improvements that I've been trying to make, and also maybe learning some other stuff I've been trying to do. But anyway, next time, friends, have a good one. Woohoo!